guys! So this is gonna be one of those videos where I respond to specific comments that have stuck in my brain for a while. From Nestor Ismail, why people say that all male flutists are gay. And from Simon Foreman, I am a male flutist and can confirm that this is a common question. P.S. I am bi though. And from Tycraft Campbell, I think that's how you say it, you should have also talked about boy flutists being called gay. I will admit that I didn't want to talk about this at first because I just don't like to get involved in anything, ever. I'm the type of person who likes to lay low, avoid hot topics, you know, just be happy-go-lucky. And talking about the LGBTQ community like I'm about to right now is none of those things. But with the Supreme Court's ruling on same-sex marriage and YouTubers like Ingrid Nilsson, Joey Graceffa, Shane Dawson coming out as bi and gay, my Facebook newsfeed being constantly inundated by LGBTQ news because I have so many LGBTQ friends, and now you guys bringing it up in the comments under my videos, I guess whether or not I want to, it's time to talk about it on Just Another Flutist. I grew up in a fairly conservative Christian pastor's family. If you didn't already know that, let that sink in. I'm a Chinese pastor's daughter. You can probably now imagine the environment that I grew up in. I quite simply had zero connection, to anybody who is openly lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer. And at church, I was taught that being gay was wrong. Two things were implied but never said out loud at church. One, stay away from gay people, and two, tell gay people to stop being gay. I always did wonder how you would even get to number 2 if you stuck with number 1. But even if I did make it to number 2, I never felt that I could do it because I didn't ever even work up the courage to invite friends to church. My church did stress the importance of inviting people to church because that showed how good of a Christian you were. I guess I'm just a really bad Christian. And then I went to music school. Very early on in my first year, I was just sitting in an orchestra rehearsal and one of my friends came in quite a bit later than usual. This guy that I'm referring to is a flutist. He's usually the most cheerful, outgoing, super loving person, but that day he was super quiet and he just looked really tired. So I asked him what was wrong. And he looked at me with the biggest, saddest eyes in the universe and said, "My boyfriend just broke up with me." You have to think of this from the perspective of a conservative Chinese Christian's pastor's daughter. You also have to keep in mind that none of our conversations up until that point did we ever talk about him being gay. I never asked him straight up if he was gay. This whole thing about him being gay was just never as important as just getting to know him and being friends. So him telling me that his boyfriend broke up with him was the first time I had any hard evidence that he was in fact gay. So somehow miraculously I had made it to number 2. If you meet a gay person, you are supposed to tell them to stop being gay, but I couldn't. After getting to know him, I just realized that it's not just that simple to tell someone to stop being gay. Like suddenly gay people were not the untouchables in my brain anymore. These were my friends. So of course I started to wonder, what if gay people told me to stop being straight and be gay? I can't do that. So how do I expect them to just be straight? But let's say in some alternate reality, you could tell someone to just stop being gay. And what if in this alternate reality, I told my friend to stop being gay and he really did? As far as society has taught me, straight men do not give compliments to every cute girl's outfit every day, all day long. Straight men do not give as many hugs. And yes, I do know that even though some straight men do play or want to play the flute, a lot of them end up choosing another instrument because they don't want to be labeled as gay. All of these thoughts were rushing through my head as I sat there looking at my friend. Right then and there, I knew that if he became straight, I'd lose him. So I said nothing. That was when I really started to pay attention to the experiences of my LGBTQ friends. But I never said any of my own thoughts out loud. Was it cowardice? Was I still pretending to be a conservative Christian just to preserve my dad's reputation at church? Was I being irresponsible for not speaking up? Maybe. Ever since that experience, I have felt like I can't say anything about the LGBTQ community because I feel like I don't know what it's like to be L, G, B, T, or Q. So I just started listening to their stories, reading their Facebook posts, being their friend, their token straight friend. In fact, there have been several times that after hanging out with my friends, I would much later realize that I was the only straight person there. So, some of you may ask, after all that listening and hanging out with your gay friends, are all male flutists gay? You know what? I have a problem with that question. Every time I hear that question, I always feel like that question implies that being gay is bad, because I've only ever heard it asked by people who, number one, do not have gay friends, number two, do not like gay people, or number three, are afraid of gay people. The bottom line is that if you identify with at least one of the three things I just listed, it means that you don't know gay people, period. Heck, gay people can be standing all around you and you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know them. You wouldn't care to know them. So why does male flutist being gay even matter to you? Being gay does not make you any less of a human being. It's just a sexual orientation. You can be president, prime minister, lawyer, engineer, doctor, and be gay, and there'd be nothing different about how you handle yourself professionally than a straight person. And what of us flutists? Is this not enough perspective for you already? We're flutists, musicians, artists, artsy, fartsy people. We don't save lives. We don't make huge decisions about criminals. We don't run a country. We play impossibly fast notes, heart-wrenching lyrical passages, and fluttery bird songs on a shiny little stick of an instrument called a flute. And some of us being gay makes you scared? Oh right, I forgot. Gay people are fabulous. That can be pretty intimidating, especially when you're a gay flutist.